Welcome back, Mavericks. And yep, they did it again. Interest rates are the highest they've been since 2007.
Come on, we got hosed here.
And everything is so much more expensive, and companies laying off, and so much more uncertainty. Maybe you're in a tough spot. But no matter what happens, you can still count on one thing to be cheap and reliable for you. This. And I know you're going, Rob, you're going on again about bicycles instead of cars. But hear me out. See, as of 2022, the average cost of owning a car in this country is $10,728. That's more than $2,500 a quarter, or more than $800 a month for the privilege of being able to get around. Maintaining your bike will cost you $250 to $400 a year. A tune-up, couple of chains maybe, tires, tubes, maybe some brake pads. That's it. And that's if you can't do the tune-up yourself, and if you ride enough to actually need one. Maybe a couple of chains, maybe even a cassette if you ride 5,000 plus miles a year like me. Let's break it down by the numbers throughout the whole year. Your bike costs less than 5% of what your car costs you annually. You save over $10,000, almost $1,000 in your pocket instead of the car companies or the governments. But what if you only ride 6 months a year? Or maybe even 3. Maybe you're just a recreational rider. You'll only spend, on average, about $200 or $300 for the whole year. And that means the savings over that quarter that's over $2,500 for your car saves you more than $2,000 just for 3 months. And if you're super meticulous, and let's say you want to replace your cassette every year, you can do that. You're still running $1,000, maybe $1,500 and saving $1,000 for that quarter. And if you like riding a one-gear bike like me, you can save even more because you're replacing a chain and only one cog and not an entire cassette. But Rob, I hear you say, I have to buy clothes and rain gear to ride. Sure, if you go crazy, it might even cost you $500. But that's only if you go really crazy, and you only have to do it one time. Next, let's compare the costs if you're just getting back into biking. Maybe your fortunes have changed and you don't have a dusty old bike sitting in a garage that you can rely on. A solid used bike online will cost you maybe $500. But again, let's say you splurge and you spend $1,000 on that bike and then add the $500 for your clothing, add your maintenance. That's $2,250 for the entire year versus over $2,500 just for one quarter of your car. Plus the bicycle and the clothing you won't have to buy again next year. So it's just the maintenance after that point. So even the first year, all in, starting from zero, you're still saving more money than having your car. And you can truly do it way cheaper than that. Let me show you. So you can invest in a good rain layer, a shell, or something super reflective, keeps the weather out and the cold and the wind. And that's a good idea if you have the money. But in general, if you have an old waterproof or water-resistant pullover, t-shirt, pair of jeans, you're good to go. Those are the things that are the most important, and if you're going to spend a little bit of money, or a little bit of money is all you have, those are the things to invest in. Because the other clothes, like jeans and things, will keep you reasonably warm, unless it's super pouring and you get them soaked. But those things will keep you warm all the time in all kinds of weather. What I'd highly recommend is a pair of cycling underwear, a balaclava if you're in cold weather, winter, decent pair of winter riding gloves. But all in, you're looking at, the bike included, less than $250. I was on Facebook Marketplace a few weeks ago and found 2 bicycles for free. All I had to do was pick them up. One of them was a State Bicycle Company one-gear bike in brilliant condition. All I had to do was replace the chain because I chose to, but all you really had to do was oil it up. And the bike was ready to ride, pump up the tires and go. For free online. This is a bike I got on Facebook Marketplace for $100. And there are plenty of them, particularly in the post-COVID era, when a lot of folks who bought bikes when they were in lockdown are letting them go for cheap. The market's flooded, so you can get a real deal and help yourself through the recession. And there are plenty of other ways you can save as well, like insurance. Lower miles driven per year means lower insurance rates. And no car means you don't get tickets, which saves you more money. And then there's tolls. The cost for one section of the Greenway where I live is $11 each way. Bikes don't have tolls. That saves you more money. Now, I'm not even going to cover all the physical fitness advantages of riding your bicycle rather than sitting in a box in traffic all day. But I will talk about your mental health, because being out in fresh air, being able to relax, not have to sit in a box in traffic, and saving all that money, it's got to be good for your mental health. See, what I'm trying to get at here is your bicycle is your cheapest option, whether you're trying to replace your car occasionally, frequently, or completely. And the real secret is, the more you ride, the more you save. So if you're feeling the pinch from worldwide mismanagement of our finances by governments, this is your recession-proof option. No gas, no money, no problem. Now come on, let's ride. And don't forget to pick up your SCHWAG from this episode or any of our episodes at the Maverick Store.